There are two products in the Accubrush product lineup. The first is the Accubrush MX Paint Edger, which is the most economical version and designed primarily for use by homeowners who have one or two houses to paint. The second version is the Accubrush XT pole-mountable paint edger, which was designed originally for contractor use, although it has become very popular with homeowners. All of the wearing surfaces on the XT have been reinforced either through the use of metal or rollers, making it good for daily use. The biggest advantage of the XT is that it is pole-mountable, which makes it 50% faster around doors and windows and up to 10 times faster when painting the tops of the wall against the ceilings. Our product tester, Kat, will now take us on a tour of this XT pole-mountable version and give us a short step-by-step demonstration on its use.
Okay, so like the other Accubrush models before, it has a patented combination of the brush, the shield, and the roller.
What we're seeing is the roller on the Accubrush paint edger, leaving the paint about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. On the next stroke here, we'll see the little brush taking the paint right up to the very edge of the trim, which gives us that nice clean line. And on the next stroke here, we'll see that the roller leaves a nice stippled texture all the way out to the very edge.
What's different about this one is it also has the special handle which allows a pole to be attached to it. So it's just like this. You take your pole, you screw it into the back of the handle, and you're all set. The handle is on a universal joint here. So when you're painting up against the ceiling, it actually stays on the wall while you walk along, as you'll see later. Okay, this handle can also be locked down. So you can use it here and it stays steady. The brush adjuster feature is still here, allowing you to push the brush out just slightly more if you need to for textured ceilings or getting behind furniture. This shield is slightly different than the other ones, as you'll see. Here it has a little piece of metal there. It's very easy to clean, and it does a very effective job at keeping the paint off where you don't want it to go. There's also a couple extra wheels on this model. These allow it to roll smoothly along the edge where you don't want the paint to go. Okay, as well as the regular wheels and back as on the other models. Okay, so this model actually rolls and goes along the wall very smoothly. There's a release lever here for the roller. Just comes off like that or back on like that. Okay, then to take the roller off, you press this lever and zing, it's gone.
So we already saw some footage of you using this product, but could you maybe walk us through how we would use it?
Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to put the pole on. So you would connect the pieces of your pole together if you have one of these 3-piece poles. Then you want to hook it onto the Accubrush itself. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to load the paint onto the roller. You will open the shield and then take the, I like to do this in a 5-gallon bucket with a screen. That's what I found to be the most effective way and easiest way to load these. And then you want to sort of roll gently. You want to kind of lap up the paint using the screen inside the bucket and not get any paint around the edges and on the tool itself, but only get the paint on the roller. And frankly, for the first time, if you're loading like a new clean roller, it might take you a minute to a minute and a half to get that roller fully saturated. When you have enough paint on the roller and you want it saturated, but you want to roll it off a little bit on the grid there so it's not dripping all over everything, then you're going to carefully close the shield. Make sure there's no paint on the shield because that's supposed to protect the opposite wall where you don't want to get your paint. Then you release this handle so the thing's going to swivel. And then you put it up against the wall about where you're going to paint and you start painting back and forth and you walk along. You're going and you watch your line and it's going to give you, it's going to not cover at first, but after you do like maybe 2 or 3 passes over it, you'll get that nice clean line and your cut-in's going to be there. And then you just keep going, and you can go down about 6 to 8 feet, I'd say, and then you're going to reload your roller and you're going to do it again. When you're rolling, you'll probably notice that there's a little ridge left on the wall, like right underneath where this is rolling. What you want to do is you want to then open up the shield and you want to kind of roll like this and you know, kind of feather it out more or less. The ideal thing to do, of course, is to have someone come along behind you with the 9-inch roller and just roll the whole wall. Okay, that's how you would do if you were painting as a team. But when you're by yourself, you need to roll out that little ridge there so it doesn't create a, you know, it doesn't dry before you get around to it.
Is there anything that our viewers should be aware of when they're using this product?
Sure. One of the things I found is when you're loading it, you don't want to get paint all over everything. So when you're loading it, you just like get the paint on the roller, not on the rest of the tool. I learned that the hard way, but you can just take my word for it.
Cutting in so frustrating.
Taping takes forever.
There's got to be a better way.
Introducing Accubrush, the most remarkable paint edging system available today.
This is a brand new product. What we've done with this product is we've combined the speed of a roller with the accuracy of a paintbrush. You put paint on the roller like this, roll down, roll up, roll down. It gives you a very, very sharp edge.
The secret to this device is a tiny paintbrush that spreads the paint right to the edge of the wall where your roller can't go.
The roller puts paint on the wall. The brush picks up paint right here and moves it over to the edge.
Accubrush works great around crown molding, ceilings, door frames, window trim, baseboards.
Using the Accubrush was a lot easier than using the paintbrush. I liked it. I want one.
Get started using the amazing Accubrush. Hurry, order yours today.